Virdani Raleigh from Saraswati Group of Education. And in our today's session, we are going to learn vocabulary words. But before that, let us understand that why it is important to learn vocabulary words. It is important because it gives the clear meaning of the word, and it also improves our skills such as reading, listening, speaking and writing. So for all these things, it is important to learn vocabulary words. And our first chapter is the strange star. And the first vocabulary word is night sky. Night sky means the sky which we see during the night time, that is known as night sky. Second one, galaxy. What do you mean by galaxy? Galaxy means a long area in which the stars and planets are there. Now let us see the galaxy, learn about galaxy more with the help of video.
On the darkest of nights, far from the lights of cars and cities, something special appears in the sky. A cloudy white stripe of light stretches across the heavens. Ancient peoples thought it looked like a stream of milk spilled across the sky, and so it is called the Milky Way. The Milky Way that we see in the sky is part of a galaxy, or a huge collection of stars, gas, dust, and other material. Galaxies are held together by gravity, much the same way that our solar system is held together by the sun's gravity. The Milky Way is our galaxy, where our solar system is located, but the solar system is just a tiny piece of the galaxy. The Milky Way is enormous, at least 100,000 light years across. A light year is how far light can travel in 1 year, nearly 6 trillion miles. In addition, the Milky Way has at least 200 billion stars and probably at least 100 billion planets in it. Although it is massive, the Milky Way is not alone in the sky. It's part of a collection of other galaxies called the Local Group, made of about 50 galaxies nearby to ours. The Local Group is estimated to be at least 10 million light-years across. Outside of the Local Group, scientists estimate that at least 170 billion galaxies exist in the part of the universe that can be seen from Earth, and there is no way to know how many more there are beyond that. Galaxies come in many different shapes and sizes. They may have only a few million stars in them, or over 1 trillion. They may be elliptical, spiral, or irregular in shape. The Milky Way, like most known galaxies, is a spiral galaxy. Although no one knows what the Milky Way actually looks like because it is impossible to see all of it from the inside, careful observations of it as well as other galaxies has given scientists a good idea of its shape. There are 4 main parts in the Milky Way. In the center is the bulge, or galactic center. This is a round bump in the center of the galaxy, about 10,000 light-years across, densely packed with stars and other material. Scientists believe that at the very center of the Milky Way is a giant black hole. The galactic center is the brightest part of the galaxy. Next is the disk, a flattened region surrounding the bulge in the center. The disk is about 100,000 light-years across. It is filled with young stars, gas, and dust, concentrated in the spiral arms. The spiral arms are part of the disk and make the galaxy look a little like a pinwheel. Our solar system is located in one of the Milky Way's spiral arms, where star systems are spread much farther apart than in the crowded galactic center. The last part of the Milky Way is the halo. The halo is a mostly spherical layer of old stars and star clusters that surrounds the main disk of the galaxy. The halo is very empty compared to the rest of the galaxy, with everything in it spread very far apart. Ancient Greek philosophers thousands of years ago first suggested that the Milky Way might be made of faraway stars that were close together, but there was no way to prove this until the 1600s, when the astronomer Galileo Galilei observed the Milky Way with his telescope and discovered that it was, in fact, made of many, many faint stars. If you can find somewhere to go that is very dark and far from the lights of cities and cars, you too can see the mysterious sight that inspired myths and legends for thousands of years, the Milky Way.
I hope that you have understood the meaning of galaxies with the help of video very well. Now, our third vocabulary is seaside. What do you mean by seaside? Seaside means a place by the sea, especially a beach side, right? So, means whenever you're going on a beach and the place where you can play and sit, that area is known as a seaside. Fourth vocabulary is waves. What do you mean by waves? Means a disturbance on the surface of the liquid body, right? Whenever you see that whenever there is some kind of disturbance in the water and that water like it waves, you can see in the picture also. So that is known as a liquid body. You can usually see in the sea or in the ocean. Number 5, that is sand. Sand, you all know that what do you mean by sand, and it is usually seen on the beach and you can also see in the desert region. Number 6, with a twinkle in his eye. Now, what do you mean by that? Means smiling such that the eyes sparkle. Now, let us understand more clearly in the context of the chapter. Here, there is a girl whose name is Tashi, and she loved watching the stars. And one day, her father said that they are going on a beach next day. And Tashi was very sad because over there she will not be able to see the stars. But you know what her father said? Her father said that, who knows, you may find the stars there. Her father said with a twinkle in his eye, means with a smiling face and with a smile and a sparkle in his eye. Now number 7, that is unhappy. Unhappy means sad. Whenever you are sad, you can also say it as I am unhappy today. Number 8, breeze. Breeze means a cold and gentle wind. For example, when you're sitting on a beach, you can feel the cold and cool wind, breeze, right? Number 9, that is dipped. What do you mean by dipped? Put or let something down quickly into liquid or something else. Means whenever you are putting something, like you can see in the picture that the boy is putting her legs into the water, right? So over here the legs are dipped into the water. You can also say like that way. Now number 10, that is sparkle. Now what is sparkle? Shines brightly with flashes of light. Whatever the things which shines brightly, you can also say it as it sparkles. Number 11, collected. What do you mean by collected? Means individual work or things when brought together in one. That is, that you have collected that thing. If I say that you all have one pencil, now if I take that I am going to take one pencil from you, then I have collected the pencils, right? Now whatever the things you collect, that is known as a collection. Number 12. Seashell. What do you mean by seashell? Seashell means the hard, empty shell of a small sea creature, often one found lying on a beach, right? So if you are going on a beach and you usually see that a small seashells, you can see in the picture also, right? So that you usually found, and we usually collect that things from the beach. Number 13. That is seahorse. What do you mean by seahorse? A small fish with a head that looks like the head of a horse. Seahorse we found in the water, and the head of that fish looks like the horse. That's why it is named as a seahorse. You can see in the picture also. Now, number 14, that is tickled. What do you mean by tickled? Lightly touch a person or a part of the body in a way that causes laughter. Right? Whenever you are touching a baby, you are playing with them. Then they laugh because you are touching them. It means that you are tickling them. Right? You can also see in the picture and get a clear idea of that. Number 15. Pull. Means move steadily in a specified direction. If I say that if I'm doing this, that is I'm pushing. Now if I say that this action means I'm pulling something, right? You can also see in the picture that the boy is pulling something and the other boy is pushing that. Now the next one is toes. Now you can see in the picture that toes are for feet and fingers are for hand. Like we have fingers in our hand, like that only we have toes in our feet, right? Now the next one is starfish. It is a flat sea animal in the shape of a star with 5 or more arms. Starfish just look like the star, that's why it is known as starfish. I hope students that you have understood all these vocabulary words. Let's have a quick recap of all the vocabulary words which we have learned so far. In that, first was night sky. The sky that we see during the night, that is known as night sky. After then, galaxy means large group of stars and planets, which we have understood with the help of the video also. After then, seaside, the area near the sea, that is known as seaside. After then, waves, the disturbance on the surface of the liquid body, that is known as waves. Then sand, that we usually see on a beach and a desert region. Then after, with a twinkle in his eye, means smiling such that the eyes sparkle. After then, breeze, that means cool, gentle, right? After then, sparkle means shines brightly. Then after, collected. When you are collecting an individual item and together it forms, it is known as collected. You have collected something. After then, seashells. Seashells you usually found on a beach. That is a sea creature, right? That we can only see on a beach, right? After then, it is seahorse. What do you mean by seahorse? Seahorse, it is a small fish with a head that looks like the head of a horse. Here, this seahorse we found in the water, right? And this is a fish which has a head of the horse. That's why it is known as seahorse. After then, toes. What do you mean by toes? Just like we have fingers in our hand, like that way only we have toes in our feet. Then tickled. Whenever you are touching someone's body, that is, you are tickling that their laughs. Now, the last one is starfish. Means a flat sea animal in the shape of a star with 5 or more arms. So students, I hope that you have revised all the vocabulary words very clearly. Now, let's discuss the worksheet which I have given you with this. In that, you have to write one sentence of the 10 vocabulary words, right? Any 10, whichever you like, you have to write one sentence of that. I hope you have seen the video carefully so that it will be easier for you to write. If still you have any doubt, then you must re-watch the video. Means you have to see the video again. Thank you kids. Stay safe and stay healthy.